Hi, I'm Scarletdragonlily, and I made a mistake. For my first time streaming, I kind of forgot to hit record for the first 30 minutes, so this will be a quick recap for what happened for the YouTube video. For context, I haven't played Minecraft for about 8 years or so. It was actually about 3 or 4 years. But I have watched Minecraft creators play, so I have some idea what I'm doing. I've never actually beat Minecraft even when I was more actively playing, because I was just playing with friends and building, basically. The first thing I noticed when I spawned in was that there was bees, and I thought that was pretty cool. Then I kind of went to this swampy area, saw these firefly bushes, and thought that was also pretty cool. Collected some, because my goals for the first session was to just build a house, get some tools. What I did was just collect a bunch of wood, and I have a bad sense of direction, so I'm trying to find out which area I went to, and so I kind of just went in this direction, and then I saw this really cool ice biome, and thought I would love a base there, but there's like no resources there. So I decided to set my sights on this cool little incline thing. But then night came upon me, and I decided night can't be that hard. Let's collect materials. I died. I died to a stray. I didn't even know what a stray was. I thought it was a skeleton. I spent like all of the night trying to find where I died, and I died twice more from skeletons. One had a poison arrow thing. I didn't know they could have that. But anyways, once day started, I decided to check this area out that I set my eyes on. And there was this really cool like waterfall area. And then night came. I think that's probably a good recap of what happened. Now, on to my next mistake. I used a really, really bad mic in my first stream. I kind of sounded...
How do I make things work?
Yeah. So you're going to be hearing voiceover me for the first stream.
Hi, this is voiceover me. I decided to mine instead of adventure out into the night, hopefully find some coal and maybe some iron. Here I'm just setting up a small base. You can barely even call it that, but just somewhere to start off my journey. And speaking of journeys, I decided to go on one. But my first hurdle was figuring out which way I even came in. So here I think, surely I didn't just jump down this sheer cliff face into the water. I must have gone the other way. But no, in fact, I did just jump off the cliff. So I figured that out, and I immediately came upon this skeleton, and I quote,
I already died to one of you. I'm not dying again.
yeah, I've got beef with skeletons. I managed to make it back without getting lost. For the most part.
Wait, where am I going? Over here. That's probably a good thing to know before I know.
Yes, that would be an amazing thing to know before you started swimming. But on the plus side, I got to see this textured pig. So that was pretty cool. And after gathering all my stuff, I decided to find that skeleton and make him rue the day that he dared mess with me.
I don't know where he went. Well, I guess I won.
I could not find head nor tailbone of the skeleton, so I just decided to mine the coal that I saw while gathering my loot. As the hole was too unsightly to just leave around where my 2B base would be, I decided to make some stone to fill it in and some torches to light up the place. Continuing my tradition of mining while it's raining at night, I expanded the mine shaft and lit it up a little bit. Went back up and decided to do a little bit of terraforming. So I had a decent way to get up the way I came down. I remembered to grab the stone so I could fill in the hole from the coal, and I just continued terraforming. I got it alright, but I kind of forgot about the coal hole and just decided to start building. I started with 4 basic pillars just to know the structure of the cabin. I also wanted to do something that I saw from, I believe, Scott's Major, where the darker wood is under the water and a lighter wood is above, so it looks like the logs are actually wet. I took a quick break to collect some wood, berries, and light up the place, and I found my coal hole, so I actually got that filled in. I got the first 2 pillars built up to about the height I wanted, and then I go mining for some coal. Spoiler alert, I did not get any, so I decided to search the surface for some coal. And it was nighttime, so you know what that means. Mobs! I cut it out earlier, but here I'll show you just how experienced I am at fighting. To be fair, I probably could have taken out the skeleton, but with the zombie reinforcements, it just wasn't happening. I did try to get the skeleton to shoot the zombie, it kept missing him. And so I just tried once more and ran once I got really low. After escaping that mess on just half a heart, disaster struck. I tried to get back and get my gear, however the only thing I was able to manage was 1 piece of rotten flesh. Then I kinda just ran and I encountered this.
Why is there so many creepers?
Because of my leisurely jog through the forest, I found a village, and I promptly kicked this guy out of his bed. With the break of the new day, I went back to try to get my stuff, not uneventfully, of course, as I found the same kind of enemy that killed me when I wasn't recording.
Why is there another one of these special ones? Die. 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 No creeper.
After oh so gracefully wishing death upon the same type of skeleton that killed me once before, I was able to make it and collect my stuff, just so I could go back to the village to borrow some things. And don't worry, I do learn how to group things by double-clicking after a couple of chests. And while doing my due diligence of looting, I came upon,
Why are you all in the bath together? What are you doing? What? Well, thanks for the pants and boots. Now, why are you guys all... Why?
If anybody knows what that was about, you can let me know in the comments. And here I'm just trying to bring the fire home, but apparently you need silk touch. So I decided to just collect some pumpkins out of spite. There wasn't much else that happened, but the most notable things that happened was calling this pig silly and collecting some iron helmets. And whoever built this city has some interesting tastes. I tried to heal this iron golem with nuggets. He would not accept my nuggets. So I stole this guy's bed, and then I kicked this guy out of his bed. Found yet another villager doing the weird trapdoor ritual thing. I also did my duty as a public nuisance. Then I decided to go home, and instead of taking the water river way, I decided to see if there was any way to get home easily by land. Successfully making it to where the skeleton killed me, I knew exactly where my base was. Now let's get back to building to complete the cabin. We can now continue the 4 pillars, keeping with the theme of dark underneath, lighter up top, and then rinse and repeat for the floorboards with dark underneath, light up top. And then we just gotta make a deck on both sides. And here I realize that I don't want double doors. So I decided to procrastinate and mine a little bit before tearing everything down, or at least half the pillars. Then we can get them built back up and start working on the floor plans. And more specifically, how I want the walls and how I want the inside. Using up the rest of my wood, I needed to take a restocking trip. I found this remnant of my unrecorded past. So I got that torn down, and I met this guy who was just staring at me and following me around. Unfortunately, I did not have any bones, so he just got to watch me deforesting his home. Going back to building, I decided to do the inside floor as birch instead of oak, just so that it would have a more clear difference from outside and inside, and it's not like I'm actually going under my house too much. Now let's get those walls built up. Now it's time for experimentation, because I don't know what I really want. I just know I want some trim and a door frame, and above all else, I want it to look pretty. Now you damn interloper, get off my yard. Now we can get the trimming. And to be completely honest, I don't really like cobblestone. So I was just coping and saying, this'll look good in the end, totally. But I also just hated the door frame, so that goes down. Now I like that better, but I wonder if I could change it a little bit and try to get a little bit of focus on that door. So I decided to go with kind of a window above, and when I get the roof in, I wanted to keep that window there. And here I figure out that you can't place fences on slabs, so I have to rework the window idea. So I just move the window up 1. Now we can get that roof made up. I did go like back and forth to make sure it's exactly how I wanted it, but here I'm just showing you the final project, with everything being symmetrical and lined up. Now all I need to do is extend the roof all the way out and fill in all the gaps in the walls. I did do a little experiment with walls because I really hate that cobblestone. So I wanted to try and see how it would look. But no, that looks even worse. So that went right down. And back goes the ugly cobblestone. Then with the mine getting much longer, I did add a quicker way to get back up. Then I kind of ran out of stairs and was stuck for a little bit, so I used slabs as a temporary solution, but found out I'd have to do that all the way down, so that's what I did. Then I got some lily pads to decorate the way and be a little bit of a parkour course, but you'll see when I do the later videos. I try, but I usually fail the parkour. Now I can actually finish the roof off. And I got the last little bit filled in. We're down to the final details of the house, where we just have to do the last roof parts. We got interior planning to do now, the bed. Basically the most important part here. I decided let's try against the wall, cause in real life, the bed against the wall feels more secure. And I saw someone doing nice trapdoor things, but with it up against the wall, nope. So, right in the center, the most important thing deserves to be worshipped, and the trapdoors are looking pretty nice here. Except for when I place them wrong. But I was also doing a raised headboard kind of thing. It turned out alright. Not necessarily the best, but it'll do. And now I can focus my attention on decorating the outside and placing a bunch of flowers everywhere. And move all my stuff inside. I did remove the trapdoor so I could place the crafting table, but it's not too noticeable, so it'll do. I also decided to replace all the window fences with oak instead of spruce because it just looked a little bit better. I saw I had some visitors, so I made a little pen for them using whatever wood or fences I had on hand. Now presenting my friends.
Where's your invisible master? Oh,
So I got to take some llamas for myself. No bloodshed necessary. Not like I would ever kill for a pet. No way. and make sure their pen is a little bit more secure before I let them free.
Like, actually, I did not kill your owner.
Because they were staring at me so heavily, I made sure to reassure
to them that I was a good caretaker.
I fear your owner. I don't know why he left you two.
he did chuck them down the cliff, so I think I'm a better caretaker than him. But let's go say hi to him. And put him in a boat, where he'll definitely be safe. And I want to separate him from the llamas, because he does not deserve to see them again. So to separate him from them, I built a little platform for me to boat him across. However, I got him in pretty easily, and I got stuck. So, just had to try to wedge myself through any way possible. Gonna quick take down my little boat area and make sure the llamas can't escape. Now he's in the water where he'll be safe and nothing will possibly happen to him. Now, I want to thank you, the viewer, for sticking around through this little bit of a mess of a video. You might notice that my house looks a little bit different. That's because this is the finished version. So if you stick around for me to finish all the editing, you'll get to see how my base became like this. And how I defeated Minecraft. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a good day, evening, or whatever it is for you. Bye, everybody.